Beeman here. Obviously 8 points, 9 assists, and one, I think it was a pretty big steal at the end. You all can determine that one, but Abby, go ahead and you all fire away for it.
Tell us about the last play, the last steal.
Well, I didn't really have too much time to think. I just had time to react, so I just sprinted after it. I kind of thought she might pass it off. I don't remember who grabbed the ball, maybe Tara. So I just tried to get in there and get it out of there. I didn't want to lose that way. So.
And they were pressuring Southern Miss almost a lot of the game, especially in that full court press. And you knew, at the last seconds there, they were going to be fighting you really hard. And you got pretty physical. Just speak to just kind of how physical the game got and how you guys were able to kind of persevere without letting your emotions get the best of you.
Yeah, I think in general the Sun Belt Conference is pretty physical, and it was no different today. But I think we just kept at it through the highs and lows. We were able to persevere today, and that's a good thing. So.
And also too, when they were giving you those different looks, especially in the full court, and they were coming and trapping you in those corners. I'm sure as a point guard, it's kind of frustrating to have to keep giving up the ball in the backcourt like that. But you guys were able to kind of get up the floor that way. Just talk about how hard it was to kind of beat that press.
I really have no problem giving it up if I don't have to look or if I can't get it across. I'm just trying to find a way to get it across. So it was kind of different because they kept throwing different looks at us. It wasn't the same press the whole game. But I thought we did a pretty decent job breaking it. Obviously, there's always things you can clean up, but I think for the most part we did a good job handling it.
Speaking of giving it up, no points in the first half for you. You come out with 8 in the second, 4 pretty quick. With your halftime adjustment, or did the game just come to you? What was the difference?
The first half, I wasn't trying to force anything, just kind of let it come to me. If I'm taking bad shots, it's not really helping the team much. So the second half, I just thought, maybe if I can get going a little bit, it'll give our team a little spark. And, I think it maybe did that, maybe not, but I was just trying to do whatever I could.
How do you, once again, you played 40 minutes tonight, how do you just stay not tired out there running around?
Honestly, it's all mental for me. If I'm thinking that I'm going to be tired, I just feel like that's the way it's going to go. And, I could play another 40 tomorrow if I had to, but, yeah, for me it's all in the head, so I just got to keep a good mindset.
All right, fourth quarter, all of a sudden it's like just the script completely flipped for you guys. You're just able to get shots to fall, make a lot of plays defensively, and also the big steal. What was your guys' mentality going to that fourth quarter?
I think just in general, like everyone in this room knows and everyone around the program knows, we've lost a couple in a row, and, we're finally close enough in the fourth quarter where we can make a push, we can get the lead, and I don't think we're going to try and let that go. So although we kind of were stagnant there at the end of the fourth quarter, we found a way, and I think everyone is pretty happy about that.
All right, how's it feel to finally be back on the winning side of things after a while? How's it feel to finally get a win?
Oh, it feels so good. I was starting to forget how it felt like, so it feels really good, and I just hope that, we can put this together like we had a losing streak. I hope now we can get on a winning streak.
Anything further for Abby? All right, thank you, Abby.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Have up here Coach Tony Kemper. Coach?
Did I forget you? No, Tony stole mine.
Oh, okay.
I've done this a couple times. I could do this part. I'll give you an opening statement, and then we'll take questions. But obviously, that was something that needed to happen for our team. I'm proud of them for just going to work every day and trying to break out of a slump. We just haven't been playing well enough to win, and each time I think through some of those losses, I've credited the other team. I thought Troy played really well in here the other night, and so I'm not so sure that I think we played poorly for a stretch on Thursday, but it wasn't like they got a terrible effort from us. They just made more plays than us, and so but that's still a hard lesson at 20 to know is like reload and practice hard again, play hard again, and 5 times we had done that, and then you try to rally them in there again and say keep your chin up when there's nothing to really there's nothing to show for that. And so we tried to stay steady with them, which that's what we always try to do. And I think that obviously it finally broke. I thought we were really tough against a physical, tough team that is going to get the ball to the spots that they wanted in. I thought Mo Matthews was tremendous on Malia Grayson. That's a really good post player, and she still had 8 and 8, and we made it a tough night on her. And we thought all along we had to start there. If it was easy in the paint, then it was gonna be a long day for us. We did that pretty well. Still give it 32 points in the paint, because they're really good in there. But it started there with that effort on her, and then it worked its way out. Obviously, Dominique Davis is pretty special, which if you played against her before, you know that. She was really good in the fourth quarter, made some really big plays. Have no idea how Abby got that ball, but she did. And sometimes it finally breaks, and you get a lucky play, But some of that is like the three we gave up to put it to one. It's pretty good defense, and sometimes they go in. And I guess when I was sitting there watching it, I didn't really feel like we were going to get lucky again on the 3-on-1. It kind of felt like it's going to be two really weird plays to give up 5 points on, but we didn't, and here we are. So nice win. Happy for them. We feel pretty good tonight. We need to be level-headed about, we weren't as bad as we thought when we were in the middle of the 5-game skid. We don't have it all figured out yet either. So reload. Big week next week on the road.
All right, Coach, got a question for you. In that final minute, what does that final minute say about your team's overall defense?
Well, I think that it kind of goes back to my initial point. I think they've been pretty resilient through a difficult period of play, and we were pretty resilient there. Even like I said, the basket we gave up, our defense was pretty good. That whole possession, we got a hard hand up, and a good player made a big shot. So I know we took them out of the initial stuff they wanted to do, and they ended up with a contested three that she made. And but I thought that. I thought we handled their press well. I was out of timeouts for the most part, so that was kind of usually you can advance and do some things there. They did a nice job of changing their defense at the end on the advance. It looked like they were going to kind of give us some space and then probably trap once they threw it in, and then we got a lot more pressure coming out of the break, and I didn't have another timeout to change what we were in. I thought Kendall made a really good pass. Sometimes you don't catch them. And it leads to the other end of what happened. But we were resilient and found a way. Abby's got really quick hands. That's something that, we've been battling back in these games, so we've been providing a little more pressure than we typically do. Tonight is our typical defense. Get back there, make it hard to score on, rebound. But one thing that I've noticed about playing from behind, she really gets her hands on a lot of balls. So we probably have to figure out ways to try to get her in those positions a little bit more as we coach her longer.
Going through your head when the ball's suddenly going the other way as the clock's running down there? Or did you even have enough time to think?
You don't have enough time to think. oh my gosh, what, That's about it. It is like, wow, and but that's part of it. That's part. I mean, I'm sure that Coach McNellis can tell you about plays that she feels like went the same way, in our favor. So you have some that go right, and sometimes they don't. And Abby made it right at the end. So.
Could Banks in the shot? Was there really any? Oh, here we go again.
I don't think so. But of all the things I thought, that might have been it when we threw it in, and here they go. It's just like that. That's a really rough way to. I mean, you played pretty good defense, and. I thought Kendall made a nice play. They're athletic. It doesn't surprise me that throw-in was difficult. Switched everything, made it hard. Kendall made a nice pass. We just missed the ball, kind of, which there's hands in there, and those are tougher than you think. And so we survived it, and that's part of it too. There's unlucky periods through this, the skid we had. That last play was a little bit lucky.
Second half after struggling a little bit in the first half. Can you just attest to kind of her ability to kind of just persevere? It doesn't matter if she's missed 10 shots in a row, she's able to go out there and still be able to attack and be aggressive.
Yeah, she's a talented player. I mean, you can see that. Probably her three-point shooting is we got to get her back up there where she should be, probably three-point shooting. I thought Abby did a great job of getting her some really easy looks in transition. I mean, she's pretty special about seeing that stuff and being able to, I always, once a year on playoff day, I find a way to get Patrick Mahomes in my press conferences. They play here pretty soon, so I'm going to do it again. But she can throw people open. She doesn't throw it where they're at. She throws it where they can run and get it and catch that thing and lay it in. And I don't know how many of those we got, but we got multiple. I mean, 5 layups against a great half-court defensive team where, I think to a large degree they probably didn't think that we could get it there, kind of. That's probably how they always play. And, she's just a little bit ahead, and Abby can throw it to the spot to make her a lot ahead. And so that got her going, I thought. And then, she made a really tough basket. I think our last basket was a really tough one, And we haven't had a lot of players that can do that. I can kind of get a play to get them to a spot. And then can they hang and go through contact and get it up on the glass? She can. She can. And if, the fadeaway she hit at South Alabama, we haven't had a lot of players that can shoot that shot. I mean, it was a straight Kobe Bryant fadeaway. And you can contest it. She's gonna get it off, and if it goes in, it goes in. So there's things obviously to really like about her game, and I think the last probably, I'm proud of her response. I kind of thought she was in a little bit of a rut, and I think over the last 5 to 7 days, I've seen her turn back to maybe what we had early. So that's a good thing for our team.
Tara Harness had another good day as well, and we saw earlier against Davis and Elkins and through other spots throughout the season her ability to knock down, especially from the outside. I thought she played an excellent job. Can you just speak about how she was able to come off the bench and kind of provide a little bit of a spark?
Yeah, I think she's stepped up a little bit here lately, and I probably see it. I always have had confidence in her ability to shoot. When we got her, I knew she could shoot. I see her make tougher plays now. I see her get rebounds. And that was probably the thing that I've talked to her most about is you've got to make some tougher plays, so when you're going after the ball, you got to get it, that swinging and missing doesn't help us. So, and I've seen her turn in that, and then when she turns in that, then you can watch the offense, which she plays pretty good offense. So she's grown. I like the things that I've seen out of her. Meredith too. Meredith made some big shots. We couldn't score in the first half. Those 2 threes were massive in a grinder of a game. If she doesn't come in and hit them, I don't know where we're going to get them from. So, and honestly, if she shoots all 3 she did in the fourth quarter, ain't no way she's going 0 for 3 the next time. She can really shoot the ball.
I asked about Mahogany Matthews. All right, you put her up against Grace, and she was able to hold her to 8 points and 8 rebounds. So how impressed were you with Mahogany Matthews' performance being able to shut down Grace?
She kind of came back around too. I think that even she would admit, the last couple games she hasn't been Mo. And I thought she was really active. I thought she was good on defense, and she really moves her feet well. That's always a thing. Sometimes a big physical post like that can frustrate her. It didn't tonight. She's really active with her feet. She did a nice job of, when sometimes she got stuck behind, she made the passes tough. Sometimes she got stuck in front. She'd get her hand on it just to live to fight another day. And so she had a good performance. She really rebounded the ball well. She was active on the offensive glass and came up with the hustle play at the end was massive. She got the ball back.
She had to fight through it. It seemed almost like 2 different maybe eye injuries of some sort. Looked like she got poked in the eye a couple times.
You never know with Mo. I don't know.
I was
know.
thinking, well, I hope I was okay, maybe get her some goggles after the second one.
Yeah. She's probably fine.
After a win like this, what is your team's message going into your next contest on the road at UL Monroe?
Well, I think we'll be hungry to play well, but so will they. Back before I ever came to Marshall, we used to play Coach Brooks when she was at McNeese State. She's a heck of a coach, and she's done a nice job there, turning around a program that's been down for a while. And they're tough, they're physical, they're not going to beat themselves. So we're going to have to play well on the road. So I think we'll be ready to go.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.